Hello and welcome to this B1 Intermediate Lesson 30 with me, Kate. Today we're going to be looking at some vocabulary, specifically for geographical features. We're going to be discussing our world and using some of that vocabulary. So first, let's look at some vocabulary. Listen and repeat. Salty, salty. Coastline, coastline. Extreme, extreme. Canal, canal. Desert, desert. Climate, climate. Island, island. Ice, ice. Okay, let's find out what you know about our world. So the first question, where in the world can you find the Yellow River, the Black Sea and Greenland? And why do they have those names? Have a little think. If you need to, pause the video. Okay, let's find out the answer. So the Yellow River is the second longest river in China. It carries millions of tons of yellow sand from the deserts of central China, which give the river a yellowish colour. The Black Sea lies between 6 countries, including Russia, Turkey and Ukraine, but it certainly isn't black. The name probably comes from the black clouds which can cause storms in the area. And Greenland, the world's largest island, apart from Australia, is more white than green. 85% is permanently covered in snow and ice. One idea is that the first people who arrived there saw it in spring. Okay, looking at this text, which word in this text means water that is frozen? Water that is frozen. Ice. Okay, another one. Which word in this text is an area of land surrounded by water? An area of land surrounded by water. An island. And which word in this text is a stretch of water which goes to the sea? A stretch of water that goes to the sea. A river. Okay, next question. Where in the world can you find a lake where the water is salty? Where in the world can you find a lake where the water is salty? Again, if you need to, pause the video. Okay, the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is not really a sea, but a lake. Water comes into it from the River Jordan, but because the Dead Sea is lower than the land around it, it cannot flow out. The hot desert sun evaporates the water as quickly as it flows in, leaving salt and other minerals. As a result, the Dead Sea is 7 times saltier than the sea, and people can easily float on it. Okay, which word in this text means an area of water surrounded by land? An area of water surrounded by land. Lake. Okay, next question. Where in the world can you find the country with the world's longest coastline? Where in the world can you find the country with the world's longest coastline? Canada has the world's longest coastline, just over 240,000 kilometres. This is nearly 5 times longer than the next country, Indonesia. As a single line, the coastline would go round the Earth 6 times. Next question. Where in the world is the country with the most extreme climate? Where in the world is the country with the most extreme climate? Two of the hottest and coldest temperatures ever recorded were in the same country, Argentina. A temperature of 49 degrees Celsius was recorded in the town of Rivadavia on the 11th of December 1905 and minus 33 degrees Celsius in Sarmiento, only 115 kilometres away, in June 1907. That's a difference of 82 degrees Celsius. Okay, what word in this text means the same as a type of weather found in a particular place? The type of weather found in a particular place. Climate. Okay, next one. Where in the world is the world's longest mountain range? Where in the world is the world's longest mountain range? In South America, the Andes stretch more than 7,000 kilometers from Lake Maracaibo in the north to Tierra del Fuego in the south, the whole length of the continent and a distance greater than New York to London. In the Andes, you can also find the world's highest volcano, Nevada Ojos del Salado, on the border between Chile and Argentina, and the world's highest lake, Lake Titicaca. Okay, so in this text here, what is the word that means the same as the dividing line between countries? The dividing line between countries. Border. Okay. Where in the world can you find 150 canals, but no cars and no roads? Where in the world can you find 150 canals, but no cars and no roads? In the city of Venice in northeast of Italy. No cars are allowed into the historic city. The only way to get around is on foot, by boat, or water taxi. It's famous for its historic palaces, churches, and art galleries. Okay, on this screen here, what is the word that means a man-made river? A man-made river. Canal or canals for the plural. Okay, next question. Where in the world can you find the world's driest desert? Where in the world can you find the world's driest desert? Okay, in most of the Atacama Desert in northern Chile, it rains regularly, between 2 and 4 times a century. In parts of the desert, it has never rained as far as we know. Okay, in this text here, what is the word that means a very dry place where there is very little rain? A very dry place where there is very little rain. Desert. Okay, super job, well done. Okay, I have a question for you. What is the word that means strong wind and rain? What is the word that means strong wind and rain? Leave your answers in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe and show your support. And coming next in lesson 31, asking for and giving directions. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.